Hello everyone, it's Rochelle here and welcome to my channel if you are new. If you have already subscribed to my channel, welcome back. I want to start out by thanking you all for the love and support that my channel has been seeing lately. And you know what, not even lately, but in general. I still get the notifications of the likes, the comments, the questions, the new subscribers. I really appreciate that. That makes me so happy to know that people really enjoy my recipes just as much as I love cooking them or baking them and sharing them with you all and not just my family. So that being said, let's jump right into this recipe. As you could probably tell, we're going to be doing some candied yams today, stovetop edition, not oven edition. I like to make mine over the stovetop. And by the way, no marshmallows involved, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so I'm starting out with 4 large yams washed. I'm just patting them dry here so they're a little easier to peel. Now you can use a knife if you want to go old school, or if you just don't have a peeler, that's fine. But just know yams skin are thick as I don't know what. It's a lot harder for me to peel a yam than a white potato. I don't know. It may just be me. Moving on, I'm going to go ahead and get this mess out of the way. Okay, so I cut my yams thick. I cut them thick for less breakage. What I mean by that is you need to stir them every so often while cooking, and they will start to get very tender. Less breakage. You will need to remove them from the pot to your serving dish, and it'll be less breakage because they won't be sliced thin or cubed small, depending on if you decide to cube them. I know some people like their candy yams cubed, and that's fine, but keep that in mind if you have certain serving sizes in your head that you want to use. There'll be less breakage. That's why I cut them thick, and also, for a good bite. So another tip for you all is you can go ahead and cut and refrigerate your yams up to 3 days before cooking. You do not need to submerge them in water because they do not oxidize as fast as a white potato. Full list of ingredients will be in the description box, along with any tips and comments I will leave you all. So I will start with medium heat using my deep or heavy bottom pot. Here I just have my cast iron. I will go ahead and add my unsalted butter and my white sugar after the butter has fully melted. Make sure you use a heat-safe rubber spatula to really combine the butter and the sugar together. Moving on to the brown sugar and the water. I will give them a really nice stir until they are well combined. Now remember, we are still on medium-high heat. So next I added in the vanilla, ground ginger. However, it's not shown here, but I did add in 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. That will be listed in the description box as well. Lastly, before the yams are added, I will add a pinch of salt. Okay, so as you can see here, it's already starting to boil. Not to worry, do not touch the heat just yet. Give it a final stir, make sure that salt is evenly distributed, then quickly add in your yams. Of course, this is sped up, but add in your yams and fold them in. Don't need to be as gentle in this part because they're still rock hard. So I'm folding them in, and then I will let them sit for a couple of minutes on medium-high heat. Let that liquid come back up to a boil before I touch the heat again. Okay, final look before the top goes on. It's boiling. I'm putting the lid on and I'm turning down my heat to a simmer. Stir every so often. Basically, I started stirring about 30 minutes in, and the total cook time for mine was about 55 minutes to an hour. If you cut yours thicker than mine, it'll be a longer cook time. If you use more than me, longer cook time. If it's thin or diced, shorter cook time. So it varies depending on how you cut your yams. So that was 30 minutes in. This is my serving dish that I have on the side ready to be used. This is the final look. They're ready. So what I did was I stuck, you can stick a fork or a knife in them, and if that bad boy just completely breaks off before you can even get it all the way through the yam, it's time to remove them. Okay, so you don't want them to get too tender to where you open the pot and it's just pieces everywhere. Like I said, I like mine a little bit whole still. So the remaining liquid that's left in the pot, I'm going to let boil on medium-high heat for about 10 minutes. That's a give or take. That is a give or take. The point is you want that candy to really cook down and thicken up before you pour it over your yams. There you go. There you go. Thick. I mean, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's so good. It smells so good. And yes, it does smell like the holidays, but you can have this year round, like I said. It smells so good. And to be quite honest, the longer you let it sit in the candy, the more tender it gets, the more delicious it gets. I mean, who would not eat this? So I want to thank you all for sticking around. If you've made it to this point of the video, I really hope that you decide to make this for yourself or your family. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. By the way, they are best served warm. I'm not really sure who would eat candy yams cold in the first place, but just like to put that in there. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Bye-bye. Until next time.